Yo, everybody. Got one solo battle here to get over with up against the 91 OVR team. I'm currently 87. And then we're going to go into the franchise, try and get on a winning streak if possible. So first up is this solo battle, full game. We're going to do... Am I going to do it on this rookie? Hiya Josh, yeah, welcome man. Welcome to a bit of American football. Going to try and win a solo battle here. And then I'm going to go head on into the franchise. I've played 2 games, lost 2 so far. I'm going to try and get onto the win. First up is this game coming up.
Hello everybody, Coach here, welcoming you to Madden Ultimate Team. It's the NFL on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings. With that, we send you up to US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Standing by our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This one taken from the 7. Nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Leading them out is the Austin, Texas native at quarterback. It's Baker Mayfield. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the 36, Mayfield. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. 3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Throwing, Mayfield. He's going to look deep for more.
Yeah, got it. Nice. Get in. Touchdown.
Vikings. Corbin Moore. 64 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Go for the point after now, make it 7-0.
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Great start.
Scoring
I've got a squad 87 overall. I'm up against a team that's 91 overall. A great start. So I can keep this momentum going.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now as they get set for their opening drive. They are led out by the 15th overall selection in 2019, former Ohio State Buckeye Dwayne Haskins. They go play action here on first down. Throw right side is hauled in by the tight end Gonzalez. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
Flattened him after it was too late.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And that'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk.
Now's a good chunk of yardage picked up there. And big fella, sometimes he doesn't need a whole lot of space created. He can make his own way.
They'll try and run it. Here's Stewart. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Give me back possession.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Give me back
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away.
Okay.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone.
I'll start off on my own 25-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
First down, Mayfield.
Too left it too late.
Got his man, Robbie Anderson.
Well, up against X-Factor player as well.
A very solid gain of 27.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Well, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Stephon Gilmore able to break that one up. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Mayfield with it once more. Open man is Anderson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
US Bank Stadium, Minnesota.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Got another first down.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll run with Sanders. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
It's all red, so might do it. So
they'll try to run with Sanders.
Oh, God, yes,
his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run.
A few minutes to get through, but we got there.
Widen that advantage. Second effort there, he was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Both feet are over the line now. That's what matters.
Now Dawson for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And Barry Sanders the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
One of my
Coming
best
up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Haskins gets him up to the line as quick as he can. To throw again on second down. Haskins. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Haskins.
Oh, we've got him up to the X Factor.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
To nothing or just a field goal.
Came together there
3 points rather than a touchdown.
Drove it with excellent pace.
Well, that puts me under
Money
pressure
throw
there.
right there to move the sticks.
He's 7 points ahead.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Haskins on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gonzalez. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Gonzalez.
Oh, incomplete.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Stop him running through the middle, which has been doing.
Haskins back to the air.
That's
complete right around the
wow, just stopped
and he'll
him.
be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Haskins going to throw again.
Come on, no one there to get there. No way.
He's got it.
I had no hope.
Chiefs.
Everyone was blocking them.
Tyler
Still get anyone to run
there to make the
quarterback.
As they are now on the board here in the
So,
first
that's what I didn't want before half time, but
there was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Oh, there you go.
The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
Kicker, defense.
The kicker's got a penalty.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew
against
that
the
flag was coming
defense.
out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always
get
tell you, I
penalized on
don't
the
want to
kickoff.
throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Okay.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
All right. They got pushed
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Roughing against the
Baker
PAT
Mayfield
attempt.
leads the offense out for their next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no
Must have gone in a bit
interceptions.
hard
Frankly, that's what they expect
kicked
out
the
of him.
ball.
They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the
28
touchdown.
seconds left, so the half.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to look deep from... He's got him in. Complete. And they'll get this right past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half.
No
and to bring the
Subways,
action
no
your way,
McDonald's,
get it right back out to
no
Brandon
Kentucky's.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis.
So
I'm Brandon
Kansas City
Gordon.
are receiving. Start the third quarter.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Whereas now they push up
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it
quarter.
to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Haskins will throw. That's caught by Andre Reed. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Play action. Haskins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. On play action, Haskins. Open man is Stewart. It's complete. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield.
They're playing pretty well, aren't they now?
Past the 30, almost to the 25. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Stop them at the moment.
Haskins now, pretty remarkable. 14 of 15 through the air, only 1 incompletion. And another 1st and 10 here. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
First time we've not really gained
anything. That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now
they got it again.
Here is complete.
Wow.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on his last 7 straight passes. Here's Haskins. It's caught. It's Stewart. And this will leave him a yard short.
Where is everyone?
Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. Again, it's Haskins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
First time has not worked. Thank goodness for that.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I'm going to try and stop this. Knows how.
On 3rd and 1, it's Haskins.
No way.
Caught by Reed. Touchdown, Kansas City.
They're on a roll, isn't they?
It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. As they are an extra point away now.
Tied now at 14 all maybe in a minute.
Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Extra point by Elam, up and good. And we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
Guys.
This is taken at his 4. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had that 14-0 lead, but that has evaporated as they go to work here, 1st and 10. Now Mayfield, he'll complete this
the first time I've actually got up the field a bit.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. Mayfield on 1st down. He's going to air one out for Anderson. It's caught inside the 25.
Yes.
And that one results in 35 yards.
Okay, call me an admirer right here. How about the touch on that throw?
That was great. I like the timing catches, the short ones, but those rainbows that drop right in the bucket, something pretty about them.
Really is. And let's face it, we always talk about arm strength. We love the guys who can throw it through the car wash and the ball comes out dry.
Today, but
those guys with touch, as we just saw there, those guys are valuable.
Try a run.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it.
Come on, boys. Yes! Get in!
Touchdown, Minnesota! There to make the grab.
Anderson gets
and the
it.
Vikings have taken the lead. And they
get this
use
point
that
and it'll be
height on the
21-14.
outside to get the score.
We've
Just
seen
what
the
I needed.
evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller.
Hell, that was close.
They've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal
Both feet have got to be in, obviously,
Always
to
good
on
to
that
have wide
mode
receivers
zone
with
area,
height.
touchdown area to be allowed.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Oh, what's going on? No, it's got to be in it. He was 2 feet in there. 1, 2, yeah. It's got to be a touchdown. Both feet landed before he went out. Wow, if he disallows this is out of order. Definitely both feet are in.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this would count.
Himself then, that definitely his both feet were in there when he went out. Right, it's a field goal
attempt. Extra point try now for Dawson.
Just need to make sure there's no mess ups. Yes.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score.
You don't look none too happy with that geezer there. Their coach. Kansas coach. Nor would I. You come back to 14-0.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
See the touchdown. Right, just going to hold him out. I've struggled in the last 2 attempts.
And he'll be taken down just past the 20.
2 minutes 20 to go in the final quarter.
So
plenty of time for him
now
to get a touchdown and take the game to overtime.
2 minutes, 20
you can guarantee though, if they get a touchdown, 6 points, they go for the 2-point after rather than the field goal. See if they can win it, maybe. But we'll see. See what happens. I've just got to somehow stop them getting up the field, which I've not been able to do in the last 2 Kansas City drives. But again,
this one complete to Reed, and they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
It just seems so indestructible on their offense. Just can't seem to find a way around them, stopping them. Let's try this one.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
2-minute warning for the last 2 minutes of the final quarter.
And we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Need a fumble.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Haskins gets him up to the line as quick as he can.
They're rushing it now. They're panicking.
To throw. Oh,
yes, fumble. Nice, get him.
He doesn't drop too many in that
Just got to get him
department.
to
Third
mess this
down.
one up, and then
There have been
it's
quite a
good.
few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all
Come on,
has to
come on, come on,
together
come on,
properly.
get it. Just,
The throw
no,
is made.
he's got
Where's
it.
the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Damn.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Haskins to throw. Oh, no.
Oh, yes, come on,
And
yes.
the Vikings pick up the football.
Yes, oh man, what a fumble. What a time
Past
to
the
get
20.
it.
And
Yes.
this defense has broken it open.
Get
As
in.
they return it to the
Woo.
house for 6.
Have some of that.
This was a
Oh,
close
what a
game.
time
They
to get a
needed little
recovery
breathing
from
room
a fumble.
where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
He's gone. Tackle and a half, that was.
Now Dawson for the extra point.
Yes.
He's got it as they double
Wow,
up
what
the
a
lead.
game. Go
This one's now
7-0, 14-0
28-14.
up. Then they come back
The
14-7,
scoop and score, always an
14-0
exciting
now.
play in football, and we witnessed it there.
And 21-14,
Grabbing it off the ground,
21-8,
and then
14
rolling
up.
it into the
Wow.
end zone for 6.
Just hope they don't come back now with the last minute and 20. It's possible.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks
They get an
away
early
following that fumble return.
field goal.
This is
for a
taken at the
touchdown.
3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And look at the numbers. They have gotten him more involved. I guess the question now, Charles, defensively, how do you make him less involved?
That's always a key question, isn't it? Sometimes other guys are starting to play really well, and you shift your attention to them. You got to make sure you got full focus on him because he's so good that if you don't, he finds a way to make plays. Always have 2 guys in his vicinity, usually trying to bump him off the line of scrimmage and get him out of his route.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll bring up a second down. Now Haskins to throw it.
Oh,
And that's going to be
he'd have been away, man,
incomplete.
could have got that.
Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down.
What's he going to throw?
Nothing behind
Throw
you.
the ball.
Make everything get completed in front.
Throw right side is hauled in by the tight end Gonzalez. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. Got his target, Samuel. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Now it's Haskins. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down,
Nice.
trailing
Just
in
got
the
him for a
4th quarter.
quarterback
They
to
got it
throw
done.
it.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
So it looks like I'm in for a win on my
They go
final
play action now. Haskins.
solo battle.
Open
I know,
man,
get him, get him, get him.
complete. The big gainer
only
there on the
35
catch
seconds
and
left
run,
now anyway,
37
so.
yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're
I've
pretty,
won 4 out of 4
excited
solo
about.
battles so far.
But
This is
big
the final
plays,
and 5th
let's
one.
face it, that's what we absolutely live for.
against,
How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist
They're
bump
91
from the
overall.
sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big
Up
game.
against myself, 87. It's been a tough game, man.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Especially up until I got the last 2 touchdowns. And tied at 14.
Now Haskins on 1st down.
Because you can't get no one to him. Oh yes, eventually. Sacked him eventually.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Haskins to throw on second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The 14-time Pro Bowler Tony Gonzalez, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a...
And he takes this one
he's got a touchdown right at the end.
And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little
1 minute to go. Wow.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed.
I'll do runs
on the
rather than
defensive side
passing.
of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but
You've
it
got
sure
a risk
took you
of
a long
losing the
time.
ball with
Yeah,
a
because
pass.
offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to
So I'm just
5
going to
play
play the
drive.
runs,
That one
running
ate up
game.
a little more time than they were
To
hoping.
try and run
You're
the clock
exactly
down.
right, and if you have that 1 to
Kansas
5
don't
play
get an
drive, you actually
opportunity to
build
come
up
back and
momentum
tie the game
and
at
even more
28.
hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's
One
almost
point
like...
after, and then it'd be 21, 28.
yeah, you know, you
Doesn't
kinda,
feel right.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Extra point by Elam.
So we've got 21 seconds left. That's
And
okay.
now things get a bit
I just
more
gotta
interesting here in this fourth quarter.
just run the game,
A good
run the
drive
clock.
that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off with a Kansas
I
City
think they've got, unless they
touchdown.
get a turnover, but I'm not going to pass the ball whatsoever. I'm going to run it.
So still a chance with just over
they've
20
done an
seconds to
offside.
go,
Wow.
but they need to get this one back, no doubt.
No,
And
it
this is going
didn't
to be
work.
recovered by the hands team. And that should just
They were
about
hoping
put a
they were going to
capper on
fumble
this
it and
one.
it was going to kick
Fourth
off from
quarter,
there.
They felt like they
But it
needed
obviously
the
hasn't
football
worked.
back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
The offside kick there.
I know we brought
You kick it
analytics
along the
into the
ground, hoping
game,
it'll
and
bounce in
someone
a
has said here
awkward
that the
position.
data says that when a
So
team's
that
expecting an onside kick,
I
80% of the
can't
time,
pick it up and it
the team
goes all over the
expecting
place
it,
and
they
they
do
have an
actually
opportunity
recover
of
the
picking
ball,
the
which is
ball
what
up
we
and
saw here.
taking
I just wonder if
possession
that
again
number
to
is
try and
much
get
more
their
of a
touchdown back.
anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when
But obviously it's not
coaches
worked.
tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game.
I've still got,
I'm still waiting to see that
I
number as
didn't even
empirical.
concentrate what I was doing and I'm going to pass it. But doesn't matter, I think I'm just going to hold it
And
and
now
run it.
Mayfield on the bootleg. And an
Yes.
and brought down, but
The
able
running,
to get it to their
passing play I was
30-yard
going to do.
line.
Sod it, I
The Chiefs
decided
quickly now
to
going
run
to
it with
use
the
the
quarterback
last of their
instead.
timeouts
Rather
as
than
they
risk
stop it
losing
with
the ball.
14 seconds to go in the game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hi, welcome Neil, welcome. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream.
On 1st down, Sanders.
It's on a bit of a winning streak here. No?
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was Baker Mayfield who led the
Hope
way.
the
The
weather's
#1
nice
pick in
up where you are.
2018, he showed why he was so coveted.
And it was interesting because you remember headed into the
Nice.
draft in
I'm a win now.
2018, the projections on where Baker Mayfield was going to go, it varied.
Yo. It's just loading in the victory. Leveling up a bit. Up to level 28 now. That's cool. Two gold player pack, eh? Let's see what we get. Might sell them on if need be. Good. Compare against other players. Wide receiver got no player. No chance. The lowest wide receivers are 70. Just sell them on for training points. keep them, I suppose, and then get rid of this silver player. So we'll keep hold of him for the moment. No, he's no good either. It's not gonna happen either. Nope. Silver. I'm going to sell this one on the spot. I can't remember if I said 2 packs or 1. It's 1 pack, I think. Yeah. Oh no, I've got 2 packs. There we are. Look. 2 gold packs. Get these done and dusted out of the way, and I'll head across onto franchise then. It's a whole new ball game compared to Ultimate Team. So many low players on this one. No way, Jose. Ah, 62 quarterback. Wow. No chance. The quarterbacks have got like in the 90s against a 62 silver. He's got no hope, has he? Quick sell. I'll keep him, then I can get rid of a bronze player then. Keep him in the club. And when another time I can obviously get rid of a bronze or 2 player, then keep this one as a backup. Right, that's cool. Right folks, I'm all set. So I'm coming out of Ultimate Team for the moment. I'm going to go into the current all Minnesota Vikings current team from last season. Played a franchise road to Super Bowl. I played 2 games and then lost 2 games so far. So I've got some changes to do. I've done the training, all done. player. I can't negotiate his contract because I'm over budget. Don't have the salary cap room to make the offer. Restructure your offer and try again. So to leave that one as it is for now. We're going to the season game. I'm 0-2 at the moment, so I need to play the full game of 60 minutes. So at the US Bank Stadium, Minnesota, I'm at home to the Oakland Raiders. 81 OVR against 80 for the Raiders. This game, obviously, as I just mentioned, is the actual team's squad, rather than like an ultimate team where you can have mixed players from different clubs. Just loading up, ready to get rolling. Hopefully I can do something out of this.
You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see a 3-time Pro Bowler, Derek Carr, leading the Oakland Raiders as they take on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. From up top, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles Davis, as always, with me as well. And CD, defenses better be on their toes in this one because we got two quarterbacks who love to throw the football, and they throw it very well. Over
4,000 yards each in the previous season. So what you're saying is, if you're a defender, hope you're prepared properly. Hydrated, stretched, be on your toes, as you said, because the ball's coming your way.
2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings with Kirk Cousins leading the way. Cousins surprisingly efficient in his first season as a member of the Vikings. He hit on better than 70% of his passes, second only to Drew Brees, and was actually just the 6th ever NFL quarterback to finish a season above that 70% mark.
Come on, let's go for this.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
And running back Dalvin Cook was drafted in 2017 to be the lead runner for the Vikings, and he should love what they're putting in for him in 2019. This is a run-first, run-heavy offense as dictated by their head coach. Dalvin Cook should get more than enough carries to threaten 1,000 yards rushing this season.
Throwing on 2nd and 8.
Come on, Diggs. Oh,
and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. And we take a look now at the defense for the Raiders.
Brandon Marshall, no, not the wide receiver, a quality linebacker who can cover very well.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Cousins.
Yes, got it. Nice one.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Awesome stuff.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride.
Heading through there like a steam train.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 44,
past Cleveland if you can.
Cousins toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, able to make the play defensively. The secondary, Charles, much maligned during the week. They didn't have their best game in the loss last week, but a nice play there.
Yeah, and I just know what they went through last week. I mean, ever since that time, their pride was hurt. They kept getting reminded of it in the local media, had to watch it on tape, and, you know, the coaches just got after them. They came in ready to play.
Now Cousins, and
no.
that is incomplete. Oh, he had
Well
a
out of
defender
his
right
hands,
there
haven't
with him to force that to the ground.
4th and 7, look at the
down
punt.
now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Yeah, for the punt upfield.
On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Wild. Back deep, Antonio Brown. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away.
Too far.
So here are the Raiders under head coach John Gruden in his 2nd go-round. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. This is Chandler Bouchard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. A look now at the Oakland offense.
And there's offensive tackle Trent Brown, signed away from New England in the offseason on a 4-year, $66 million deal to protect his new quarterback in Oakland, Derek Carr. No stranger to the Bay Area. First 3 years in the league, where with San Francisco as a 49er, he can play left or right tackle.
Nice, shot arm, gets in. Oh yeah, we got it. Wow. Didn't realise it was a fumble. Hey, yes. Touchdown, Minnesota.
For the Vikings. So the defense forces the fumble, they get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game.
Great start. Wow.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Come on, boys. Do this.
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
That's my previous game, home to Green Bay.
So out come the Raiders.
And the last time here at the Bank Stadium in the road to Super Bowl.
Carr and the Raiders
right,
come up first
stop the
and
Raiders
10
again
at their own 27. Carr gives to Richard. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
Snake through there, didn't he?
Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Linval Joseph is in a hurry to get his name mentioned as one of the top defensive tackles in the game. I think he's accomplishing his goal.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Carr. Caught by Wilson.
Oh, he made it.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Got brought down.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 85 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Richard. And that
going
play
nowhere.
went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing in the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch.
Just a yard.
Now you put the offense in a position
where
punt. Every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Nice.
On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt.
Just as the
After
first
one,
quarter
7-0 on EA Sports.
Wonderful stadium.
So here's the punter, Ryan Allen, to kick this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16.
I didn't know what the way to go.
Return there after a punt of 47. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams. An 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Nice.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Cousins got it there. Stephon Diggs picks it up with a great catch. Get himself 1st down again. Further up into Raiders territory.
So a big play to start him
almost
out.
into
Has
their
him at the
territory.
45 already.
The halfway line.
Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Interception.
Marcus Joyner with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Up against the defense, accepting.
Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference.
Interference
the killer
for the defense.
Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Got yards against me, so I've gained another first down for a wreck field. Gained about 10 yards on that one. Right, let's play it careful, guys. Don't mess up again.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And a little floater there is incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes.
Oh, he picks off.
1, 2, 3 cut balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
All right, stop the
now
Raiders
the Oakland
again.
Offense heading back onto the field to take over. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20.
We're changing formation.
On the ground, Richard. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
Wow, no way.
And if you see
down the numbers, there he goes.
Wow, screwed up there,
touchdown, Oakland.
Damn.
Jalen Richard, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Come on.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Oh, intercepted.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Darryl Worley. Now the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
That's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And now Oakland ready to take the field.
Well, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Stop this play, though. This one, definitely.
Here's Carr.
Oh, no way. How the hell did they do that?
Caught for a Raider touchdown.
Jesus. 7-0 up now, 14.
His first touchdown here in the new campaign. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
Wrong now.
Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough, they couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
We'll get back in this on the next play if we can.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Cousins.
Throw it. Oh, my God.
Escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
Well, they'll be kicking upfield again.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Yes.
Diggs has it.
Well done, Stefan.
And they're going to get this beyond the 30 before he's taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
You get mixed up in the Raiders sandwich there.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Joe Flacco, a single touchdown pass to this point in that one.
We're going to try again.
Cousins now to throw on first down.
Got it again. Nice. That's in.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Found
this
something
game
that's
not
working.
quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Cousins to throw it. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. He's able to outmuscle him here.
Yes, Cleveland. Nice one. Wow.
19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
From the red zone now, Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and now it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you...
Yes, come on! Yes! Touchdown, get in!
Laquan Treadwell as the first half is winding down.
Wow, just before half time. What a time to get it. Awesome.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch
so
one in the end zone and go into
the
halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up and then you get a brand new ball game.
20 seconds before halftime. Awesome. Tie the game.
Now Bailey to tack on the extra point.
Yes.
And we've got a good one going. We're all knotted up at 14. So
pressure there. I thought I was going to mess that up.
And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
Tie the game just for halftime. That's what we
need. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Hunter stopping their attack in the tracks. Time.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field. The Super Bowl 52 champs hosting a team that's never won a Super Bowl, the Detroit Lions. And it's the Lions who are out in front as they play the second quarter. Matthew Stafford's thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head up to Foxborough to check on the Patriots at home at Gillette Stadium. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Sam Darnold has a couple of touchdown passes.
Wow, Patriots 24-7.
Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin. to see what's happening with the Packers. And as you see, they are currently all tied with the visiting Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Here we go, folks.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. Shamar Stephen there on the tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside.
Wow,
the 35.
he's gone. Damn.
And all the way
How
in.
the hell?
Touchdown, Oakland. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Wow.
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise. Because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Manti Te'o marches in to sack him. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability.
He made the first and 10 anyway. Up the
17 yards, first down, Vikings.
How needed that was.
Cousins now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He completes it to Treadwell.
Yes.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there, first down, Vikings.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
First down, here's Cousins. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Flag against defense.
So let's see who this is on.
Yeah, I've got a flag against the defense. accepting
This home crowd, they're happy with that
first and
call.
move 10 yards forward.
I like the way you
So
said
I'm
happy
back on
there,
first and
right?
10.
The so-called good guys
Nice.
didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line.
Try and throw out to Adam
Working
Thielen.
out of the gun, Cousins.
Yes,
into the
nice
hands
one.
of Thielen, complete. And he goes down,
Works.
but not
Just
before
turn
getting this
back at the
inside
right
the
time to go
25. A good pickup there at 22.
Come on, boys, just need to get back level 21 all we can, rather than be restricted to a field goal.
A first down throw for Cousins. And this one to Treadwell, complete.
Yes,
A gain
Treadwell
of 6
catches
there
as well
on
this
first.
time. Everyone's doing it.
And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
Just in
That'll
time.
be a
Yeah.
loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't
Well,
we?
gotta do it this
Maybe you
time.
let that one go,
Pressure's
right?
on.
Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver.
Yes, we got it.
Everything.
There's a flag
So
up
it's
as
really
well.
hard to be mad at
What's
him and
happened
yell at
there?
him for trying to make that play.
Offense.
Oh, wow, you're kidding me. Offense. You're
So
kidding
that
me.
one a hold, the right guard.
And you
3rd and
understand
15
why
now, lost
offensive and defensive
10
linemen
yards.
probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break
Wow.
difference on a play. This time he had to grab
Massive
a jersey
difference,
in order to make
trying
the
to
play
do this.
happen. Got caught for the penalty.
3rd and long for Cousins. He'll find his
No,
receiver,
Duffin got
that's
made it,
Chad
what?
Beebe. And they're going to get
No.
him down well
have
short
to go
of
for a
first,
field
as he
goal.
can only get this to about the 19.
Field
Never
goal
make the
attempt.
mistake that the slot receivers,
Have to
especially
get
the
that
little
instead of a
guys like we're
touchdown
watching
now.
here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of
36 yards,
footballs,
let's
as
go
we just
for it.
saw there.
So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt.
Yes.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that'll bring him back within 4.
Right, 4. Still need a
So
touchdown.
the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these
Could've done
types
with
of
a
kicks,
touchdown,
that no one says to
all
their
because of
guy,
that
hey, that's just like making an
flag
extra point,
came
piece
up.
of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get
I need
sparked
my
that way.
defense to try and
Take
sort
some
it
time
out.
off the clock and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Carr now to throw. This will be caught by Brown. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Come on, boys. Need to sort this.
First 9 seasons in the league for Brown were, of course, in Pittsburgh. Last year, though, growing concerns of his dissatisfaction in his role with the Steelers and the quibbles with Ben Roethlisberger. So he ends up being traded to the Raiders in March. 7-time Pro Bowler, 6 straight years of at least 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Not a bad stretch. What a talent for Derek Carr to have on his side. On first down, Carr.
Fumble, wow.
Incomplete.
What's an
Took a
interception?
shot there on
What a
first down, but he
tackle.
couldn't reel it in.
Wow, it'd have been away,
The
man.
beauty of being able to play a zone
Why they done
defense when
that?
you can sit back
Awesome stuff.
and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On the draw,
Come on,
Rashard.
stop him, stop him, stop him. That's
And he's
it.
dropped right
Get in.
at the 40. Gain of 3.
Go run it again, guys.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays. But
yes, interception. Nice. Get in. Wow, they have needed that.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
See if we can make it upfield now and get a field goal's not good enough. I need a touchdown. And it gives me 3 points for a field goal, so I'll be still 21-20 drift. It's got to be a touchdown and a point after.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Following the interception, Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. The lone second remains now in this third quarter. A second down throw for Cousins.
Yes.
He's got the connection over the middle.
Oh, another flag. Again against me.
Somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well.
Defense.
I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face
15 yards gain. Face mask.
That absolutely costs you in the end.
Flag
just trying to do your job, right?
Raiders.
Trying to get him on the ground.
Wow,
next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis.
Final quarter coming
up.
It's
the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just one fourth quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. Cousins on first down.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Cousins gives way to Cook.
Yes, I think
they'll bring him
there.
down at the 18-yard line.
Just got over the line.
Gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Going to be a tough old game, this one. Right? Plenty of time to go, though, about under 5 minutes.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Trying to
he missed.
in, but it's incomplete. Amir Abdullah, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Oh, and they just need touchdown from this one.
Here's Cousins.
Come on, Phelan. No, he's intercepted it. Wow.
Picked by Darryl Worley.
Freaking hell. He's still going. Bloody well intercepted. No, why?
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game.
Jeez.
That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
I couldn't even stop the gaze until he got like 20, 30 yards up the field. Oh, we've got to go all over again.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Meanwhile here, a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense,
so
countered
like,
it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Really struggling here. That was a good play, though, thankfully.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now Carr. It's a screen to Richard. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
They're going to go for a long throw now.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool, right? Tried to trickle. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. Drops this off to Richard. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. So Cousins and the Vikings down 21-17, 2:25 remaining. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 15.
Oh,
there's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell, but it'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Go this one though.
Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Now Cousins.
Yeah, oh, he's dropped the bloody thing. I've got to go for this. I've got no option.
So now it's 4th down and short, and whenever they do run or pass it, they've got to pick up the 1st here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option, but as you also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I'm going to go for Diggs. Hopefully he can... Really don't know who to go for.
Cousins to throw for.
No, he's intercepted. Shit.
And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Up in the own end as well.
They'll run on 1st down. Richard.
Anyway, I can see if I can get a fumble.
Forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I might be for that.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
24-17, so it's still a touchdown to tie the game. If I have enough time, that isn't it?
So on 4th down,
32
out
seconds,
trots the
and I've got
kicker
to get
in
one
a big
play to do
spot
it on
here.
a Hail Mary. I just can't see it happening. Well, it's not actually. They're going to do a kick on it.
Carlson able to put this one through. And that'll make this a 7-point game. And from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
So,
that game's gone final now in Philly,
and
it was the Eagles that wound up winners in that one. Carson Wentz, 2 touchdown passes in the W. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. The coverage that time excellent by Nevin Lawson. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
No, just can't get it and get him for a
That would have wrapped
touchdown.
it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead,
Right,
it brings
final
up
go,
3rd
guys.
down.
3 seconds left. 3rd and 10. If I don't get this for a touchdown, then I'll game lost. I'm 0-3. 3 games, 3 losses. I'm gonna go for it. Hail Mary.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Gonna go out to Thielen on the left. Give that a go. Take a gamble.
One last shot now for Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly
Best
right.
played,
They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
Stop the offense of the Raiders.
So for Oakland, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles...
So we're into this. Let's see, well, it's the bottom of the table, I guess, anyway. Struggling, guys, we're struggling. Choose players to upgrade. Bradbury. Nice. We're moving up a bit, some of the players anyway. We're going to upgrade. Upgrade Amir Abdullah. nice. Elusive back upgrade. Nice. That's what we want, a gradually progressing. It's getting there, we're getting there. And then Brian O'Neill just upgrade him as well. Right, breakout player message. Let's have a look at that. Laquan Treadwell, wide receiver. So we've got players to change then, have we? Team. Just line up, let's have a look. Treadwell, it must be in the offence. I'll just reordering the lineup. Offense style, it's just special teams. Rightio, that's sorted then, so players ready to negotiate. This is something else I just don't understand. Just making an offer, but I can't do it because of the depth chart. don't have the salary cap room to make an offer, restructure your offer and try again. So I guess I'm over budget, but don't understand that. Don't have the salary cap room to make this offer. Or I don't know, just don't know. Oh, I only got 4 points, so can't do it. No, so I can't scout now at the moment. I've only got 4 points. Proof team. Right, frustrated receiver, frustrated running back. Stop the losing streak. Well, players are kicking off. See what's going on now. I can't take the losing coach. Our defence is terrible. I know it is. I take full responsibility. I'm calling a players only meeting to create some accountability on defence. What position group do you think needs addressing? Defence line, I'll say. Our D-line is going to be key to breaking this losing streak. Got it. There's a risk that if we don't win, the meeting may make things worse. Breaking the streak could give us the momentum we need. Well, morale boost for all defensive linesmen plus 10. Work then. 3 sacks against the Bears, get a bonus. Nice. Right, so we've got a frustrated running back. So I'm happy with the game plan. Well, you're the guys out there doing the work. Coach, I've noticed that you totally cut me out of the game plan, Dalvin Cook. It makes me think I'm not doing my job. I'm not asking to be in centrepiece of the team, but I do want to contribute, however. So can you get me more involved in the offence, Dalvin Cook? Okay, I'll give it a go. Right, going to try and involve him, Dalvin Cook. So his spirits are up, morale was down, obviously, underutilised running back. Right. And then we got receiver Adam Thielen. So I've got to get him in as well, Thielen. Forgotten who the other player was now. There's no weekly awards, is there? We're lot 3 and 0 and 3. $77 points available. Scouting. Okay, so what do we need? We need FB. So there's any in the first round? I don't think there is. Got an LT, 2 active on a D as well, yeah, so we do need a bit of something there. Let's go for it. Scout this guy, mid first rounder. Nice, look at that. What the hell? He's a good guy, eh? Nice one. Good news folks. Ryan Bonham, Michigan State. So what else are we after a D? We want I've got enough points, so let's look for a right RT, you know. Well, we've got an RE, RLB. Offense, defense, ROLB, yeah, let's go for this guy here. Oh, we got him already. ROLB. Okay, full safety. Silvers, RE. One required, that'd do nicely, wouldn't it? Rich Silvers, Buffalo. Speed rusher as well. Wide receiver John Bird up there as well, that's another good one. Okay, so let's go for this guy. That's good as well, that's nice. It's got 126 points left. But wide receivers, let's have a look. We do need projected picks. Kicker and a punter, really. See what's going. LOLP. Nice, pretty good. nice. Very nice. Finally one in the fourth round, fourth pick. Tight end. LG. Nice. Safety. Right, so we'll come out of there. Ready for the draft at the end of the season. Looks like we're going to come low in the standings. Right, we're on our way to the Chicago Bears and do some training so we can boost up some players. Get training done, we'll be into the game away at Chicago. Game number 4. So we can actually win a game, be tough.
Alright, gentlemen, we've made way too many mistakes this week, okay? Football's a simple game, but you keep making these silly mistakes, we're not gonna win. So let's get out there and let's have a good practice, huh?
To Hunt! 180!
Not as easy as that in the game though.
Wait the Hunt!
I threw it wrong. I pressed the wrong bloody button.
The Hunt! 180! Wait the Hunt! The Hunt! 180! Wait the Hunt! The Hunt! 180! Wait the Hunt! Hunt! The Hunt! 180! Hot! 180! Wait, the hot, hot! The hot! 180! The hot! The hot! 180! What's that? The hot! 180! What's that?
Wow, got there.
All right, this is it. The gold standard. We are going for gold.
Gain first down.
What's that?
No.
All right. Small steps in the right direction. That's what we've been talking about. And you know what? Today you took a lot of those small steps. I'm proud of you. Keep it up.
The hot! 180! The hot! The hot! 180! Wait, the hot, hot!
Didn't work.
The hot! 180! Wait, that!
Didn't work either.
The hot! 180!
Stop and go on the other side.
Wait, that!
No, it's not happening, is it?
The hot! 180! Wait, the hot, hot! The hot! 180! The hot! The hot! 180! Wait, the hot, hot! The hot! 180! The hot!
Two more
The hot!
attempts then.
180! What's that?
Further then,
The hot! 180! What's that?
got first down and no second and 2.
The hot! 180! What's that? Here we go. The hot! 180! The hot! Move!
How many players it take? 5 or 6 players.
The hot! 180! Wait, the hot, hot! touch! The hot! 180! Wait, the hot! The hot! 180! The hot! Here we go, bring the energy. The hot! 180! Wait, the hot!
Finally, gold. So we can do that in the game, huh? Chicago it is. Final game before I sign off tonight, folks. Thielen, I've got to try and get the ball to in it, and the other guy, I can't remember his name now. Is it Harrison Smith? Jackson, I think it was, or Stefan Diggs. That's it. Diggs and Thielen.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll get a chance to see Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings as they take on the third-year man Mitchell Trubisky and the NFC North champion Chicago Bears. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming 10-71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Quarterback Mitchell Trubisky leading out the Chicago Bears. Former number 2 overall pick out of Carolina. Big improvements in year 2 for Trubisky. Touchdown spiked from 7 to 24. Yards per game went up by almost 50. And, of course, most importantly, the Bears went from 5 wins to 12 and an NFC North title. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 5 catches, 72 yards.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing here, Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And this is where we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
Thankfully it went long.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. Orchestrating the offense, the former 3-time captain at Michigan State, quarterback Kirk Cousins.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. To throw, Cousins. And his throw intercepted by the all-pro corner, Kyle Fuller. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Trubisky. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's Trubisky to throw. He's got Burton here. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Try and stop this one.
You.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears.
Where is the defense? That's shocking.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Is that a touchdown or was it not? 1. No, not a touchdown, is it? I don't think it is. I think both only 1 foot was in. Yeah, it was. It's given.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. This fielded at the 2. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see.
Face mask. Defense.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately. I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bears take over. A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. Then tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, two teams, well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They go play action. Trubisky nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ben Gideon leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Watch the eye.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
One of my favorite safeties in the league is Harrison Smith. His ability to support in the run game, as we just saw there, that's key, but also can cover deep as well.
Come on, 180. 54 Mike. All right, here we go. Let's go.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And he completes it to Cohen. He's at the 40, 20, 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 88 yards as the Bears push further out in front. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd down, Cook, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. That one's on Garrett Bradbury, the first center taken back in April's draft.
5 yard loss.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Lynch picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely been under constant duress this entire game.
And he's going to go down again. And now following
No
that
one
sack,
around.
looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field.
Got
While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Cousins out injured.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And here comes throw number one for the backup QB. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
35, unbelievable.
Able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Mitchell Trubisky and the Bears set to begin their next drive. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
Can't get a lick in on this.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first
target.
That is
Unbelievable.
first target. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards is the pickup there on a first down for Chicago.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Trubisky will come up here first and 10. And he's now 10 of 10 throwing the ball here to start the game. This is Cohen. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Need something from this.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Trubisky. He completes this into the hands of Miller. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Of course, for another 7 points, but looks like it. Stats are just so shocking.
Trubisky now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight end.
And that's caught for a Bear touchdown. It's the tight end, Trey Burton. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front.
What the hell is going on?
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on and score a touchdown.
Like if they were whinging and moaning that they weren't getting the play.
And it's now 21-0. So that drives 7
And when they
plays
do
in
get it,
length.
they
And
drop
it
it.
culminates in a
The
touchdown for
defense is just
Chicago.
absolutely shocking. Wake up.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bears defense gearing up as they take the field. And let's roll on these sacks. We've seen quite a few of them.
I've lost track of the number.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every
and he drops it
for
again.
a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get
The hell
all
is
these
wrong with
points
that guy?
back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have
Just
ultimate
asking you
patience
don't
here,
get into the game
but you
very
also
often.
don't have to go ahead and force
And
everything
when he
either.
does, he can't catch it.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
I'm getting really wrong.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground.
And
Down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Single. Check 82. Watch 82. Ball coming 82. Hit it.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd and 1, Cousins. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Trying to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers.
Couldn't make a yard.
You're always trying to get him the football.
And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there.
If these guys got to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's Matt Wild now as he's on to punt for Minnesota.
Oh. Look at that. Taking the mickey out of them now. Look.
12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense led by Mitch Trubisky heading back out there. And it's been a good game for him to this point, Charles. They're winning on the scoreboard. They got to be feeling pretty good.
And it's always fun for them when they're not just winning on the scoreboard.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Trubisky gives to Cohen.
Easy
and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They run. This is Cohen. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
No decent
from Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Quick pass out to Miller. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
Shocking.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch.
Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's Trubisky.
Got it again. So damn easy.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line.
Obviously choosing the wrong game plays here.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Again, it's Cohen.
And
the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. On the carry, it's Davis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, here we go.
Not even on the score sheet, really.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now Matt Bryant on for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
A touchdown from the field goal to high.
The kick by Bryant is good. And that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Soldier Field, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
To turn it around. She's like career mode on FIFA. The players are up against her. Got no hope.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones in a first down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now a play fake here on first down. That'll be complete to Cook. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here's Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Now Cousins. That's complete to receiver.
Just made it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The end result, 21 yards.
21.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Aaron Lynch in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins, and his throw here is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I'm not going to punt.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Let's be on it.
Cousins now.
No, you twat.
Incomplete.
What's a cobbler?
Got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the
Screwed
Bears
up
will
big
get
time.
the football back. Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, four in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that.
Folks,
as they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Things can't get no worse.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
They try again with Cohen. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out.
Overload since we were
stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave him looking at a 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost a no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space. Maybe too far for your field goal kicker.
Whitewash.
Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Elsewhere across the league, fourth quarter action in Los Angeles.
And
it was the Rams emerging victorious. Cooper Kupp, 95 yards receiving in that one. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game.
All right, let's see what they have to say. XP not very good, is it? Shocking. The only players you can actually upgrade. There we go. Usual players having a whinge and moan again. Frustrated running back. 2 minutes, folks. I'll be back with you. we're back. We're back on. Sorry folks, the phone went. Right. See what these disgruntled players want. And then we'll be signing off. Dalvin Cook, halfback. Okay, so -5 morale, whatever. Didn't get me more involved in the game, especially after I took you idiots. Passed you a few times and then you dropped them every time, except for one. Talking a load of rubbish. The players are a joke. No, because you can't bloody catch the thing. It's just once a week. Thank God for that. Let's get that week out of the way. Beat the New York Giants, hold them to one off to few rush touchdowns. Right folks, I'm going to sign off after we've had 4 games, 4 losses. Morale's down in the camp. Just doesn't look good at the moment. New York Giants are 2-2. So I'll sign off for now, and then we'll be back with you for the training and try and get the morale and everything up for the club on the next episode. Take care now. Peace out, YouTube.